2007 was a year of great transition for me. I started out this year in the process of mulling my life over, and at that point in time I didn't really like where I was at, and for the large part I really just felt like a failure. In May I began making and uploading videos to YouTube, and that's when things really began to turn around. In 2007, this year, I feel like I've lived 2 years in one. I think the most important thing to happen to me this year was getting a lot of attention for making videos. In particular, the mumblecore video I made. To be honest, I didn't really expect to get a lot of attention for it. You know, I started making these videos thinking, okay, I'll make these and maybe somebody will discover me. And now I have community. I mean, you know what I mean. You know, mumblecore and all. But anyway, I also began working toward my driver's license, and hopefully I'll be taking the test sometime in early 2008. I performed a show off-Broadway, which all of 1 person attended. Thanks, Brian. But that's fine. But I'll get back to being sentimental later. So let me cut over to my favorite things of 2007. My favorite movies of 2007, as of right this minute, in no particular order, are I'm Not There, Hannah Takes the Stairs, Quiet City, The Simpsons Movie, Hairspray, and Walk Hard. Now, there's a couple movies that might look good that I haven't seen yet, like Sweeney Todd, and what's the other one? No Country for Old Men. And let's see, I'd like to also give some honorable mentions to Juno and the Darjeeling Express. Now, I'll be honest and say that I haven't really been following music as much as I have in the past, but 3 new albums really stood out for me this year. Were Bjork's Volta, the White Stripes' Icky Thump, and especially MIA's Kayla. That was really good, and that's probably the 1 CD that I listened to non-stop. Now, time for my plans for 2008. Not only do I want to raise enough money to go down to South by Southwest, I also want to get enough money for everything else I want to do this coming year. Number 2 is if I don't get around to making another movie, at least I'd like to start writing again. After 3 years of discouragement and just plain having a lot on my plate, I'm almost ready to get writing again. Number 3 is maybe move out of my parents' house. We'll see with everything else going on. Number 4 is kind of plays into number 2, which is write a book treatment down. You know, for whatever book I'm going to write or whatever. And number 5 is I would really like to work on my French a little more and learn to speak without an accent. Another thing which I ought to point out is that I may not be making as many videos in 2008. Now, depending, you're either going to go, or thank God. But anyway, mostly because I want to concentrate on some other projects that I have. And, you know, as fun as these videos are, they can also be kind of distracting. The whole idea behind making these videos was to communicate with others until I got out into the quote-unquote real world. At this point, I think I've accomplished that goal, so now I think it's time to set another goal. While I definitely want to continue making videos, I'd also like to put a little more thought into the videos that I'm making. Maybe actually try to get, you know, use a crew instead of just me with a camcorder and a mic. So, in other words, they're probably not going to be made so much off the seat of my pants like this one. Okay, so that's pretty much the year 2007 for me. I hope the year 2007 was good for you too. And here's to a good 2008.